I believe a few seasons back of the PGS and MPGL as well. And they've got Wura. Wura is an LCL player, and I believe from another team then. So we'll see how that synergizes well with La Liga Pilipinas.
Yeah, I'm really curious din to see kasi Mineski, since like if you think about it, their new roster has been successful in the games, but at the same time but at the same time meron actually yung in-game. I don't know why walang sounds, but at the same time it's like Mineski really don't have a true challenge yet in the MPGL kasi they've gone against Infuse, but then Infuse were like on an off day because what they put Hechizo in the mid lane, they put ZXC on the jungle, and they have a new ADR Valbirds. Parang hindi pa sila nag-mix perfectly, so parang hindi pa siya true challenge to Mineski. And then I don't know, not really sure.
Yeah, anyway, I'd like to point out then for Mineski side, they do have been banning like Elise, Echo, and Gangplank. Echo, Gangplank probably a target man on to burn. For Elise, Kulit, maybe they've seen Kulit practice a lot on Elise, although I'm not sure why Elise would be the best jungle ban. I can see Kulit playing a Zac. I could actually see him playing like a Rek'Sai even. I mean, Rek'Sai is being banned nga pala from La Liga Pilipinas. But then Gragas, despite the nerfs, it is still one of the all okay jungle picks naman for if ever they do need a utility jungler. But because of the nerfs, there's still like Sejuani available. They might want the single target then. Like, I mean, we have seen Asian Arena's Moraita Boy play Nocturne, so single target ain't too bad at all. So that would mean that they can also play like Vi, since 6.17 patch has also buffed Piltover's finest na rin sila Vi.
Yeah, definitely. And we are playing on the 6.17 patch, so there's a lot of tweaks on a lot of champions, especially ADRs, nerfs all across the board. So this is going to be very interesting on how it's going to actually hit Zenshaw and Hai. But check out the picks. Look at that. We do have a Tahm Kench probably going to be given to TG. So maybe Zenshaw is going to be more of a aggressive ADR here. We do know before, like years ago, when Zenshaw was still playing for IPT, was it?
IPT or War Gods?
War Gods,
yeah.
He did like to go for that Draven. Draven right now might be in a good spot. Of course,
might be in a good spot.
I'm not 100% sure of that, but then he got lower cooldowns on his ultimate. Plus, there's like a ton of, like I said already, nerfs on other ADRs.
Yeah, but definitely he might be locking in the Jhin most likely because of the fact that he's like comfortable with it. Plus, it gets, if Mineski gets ahead, it's really easy to snowball if they get this Jhin going. And I guess the one that I can only fear with this Jhin pick is, they're so confident against the Thresh pick. So they're really, really aiming for those dodges. They're really reliant on Tahm Kench. If this is indeed a support Tahm Kench, I mean, they might be, Noel could probably play it in the top lane then if they want to, because I believe top lane has a lot of options for whatever champion pool that you want. It will really depend on what comp you have, because I think a lot of teams are willing to sacrifice getting way ahead, especially if your top lane player isn't the star player, isn't the ace, or isn't the carry at all. So they can just, you can put whatever you want in the top lane, make it utility, and then let your carries do the job.
Yeah, true. But again, at the same time, will TG actually play something else other than a Tahm Kench when he go up against a Thresh? I think could be not. I mean, he wants to keep Zenshaw as safe as possible on the Jhin. So maybe I think it really is the Tahm Kench that you're gonna pick for on your support role. Although I think our viewers can't see that just yet. We are on the standby screens.
Yeah, we're on the standby screen. We're just gonna give you a little preview. Oh, there we have it. There you go. Okay. So we're back. I have been concentrating too much on the Mineski lineup, but then let's go move on to the La Liga Pilipinas lineup, where they have the Thresh and they have the Hecarim. I like the Hecarim mainly because Hecarim and then the Trundle. Like those two can be like flex picks. You don't know which one goes where. So Hecarim jungle or Hecarim top. Well, if I would be La Liga Pilipinas, I would definitely make it a Hecarim jungle, then put the Trundle on top. Especially if it's gonna be against a Shen, you definitely want to like poke it, like shred it with the subjugate. Definitely, if that's gonna be a Shen pick, like do have the option pa rin to do that. Actually, interchangeable. Like that could be a Shen top. That could be a Shen support. Like
Could be.
I mean, the flexi picks is endless here for Meneski as well as La Liga Pilipinas. But we'll see once they switch it up a bit. That's gonna be what do you call this? A Vladimir mid, most definitely. But yeah, just according to what I have said, it is gonna be a Hecarim jungle and the Trundle top. I'm not sure about this matchup because first of all, lots of players have changed, so a lot of team dynamics have definitely changed. Plus 6.17 nerfed some of the favorite AD carries like Sivir and Ash. So High fell back onto his. I think that's like a lot of times na nag-Lucian siya, so it's not a surprise there. Pati na rin si Zensho, one of his favorite picks as a Jhin. But this Tam Kench and Jhin combo, I believe has been one of the parang kinokombo na talaga ng Meneski even before pa. Like 5 patches back, ito na talaga yung combo nila. And I remembered ginamit din nila to against IPT. I forgot if it was at the PGS or the MPGL. Pero I remember they tried to dive Hate. It did not go so well. I think Hate even got a double kill out of that despite because of the Tahm Kench. I think the mistake there was that was when Noel was support pa with Zensho. And I believe what happened there was nag-tower dive sila, kinain ni Tahm Kench yung si Sivir, si Hate. Nawalan tuloy sila ng auto attack.
Yeah.
So, Tahm Kench had to like tank a lot. And then nung nilawa na si Sivir, they're basking under the turret for so long. It failed miserably yung tower dive na yun. But, just, they've practiced siguro with the synergy already. I mean, this is a different tandem. This is Zensho and TG, not Zensho Noel. So it might be different.
And TG has been showing a lot of success on his older role. I mean, before people know, like in the like what 3-4 splits already, that he is the top lane for Meneski. But before that, he was support. I mean, well, when he was on the top lane on the previous times, he was really like considered as one of the gods, one who can actually go up against JLC. But he kind of faltered in that one. He went back to his support role. Actually, he started off like recently, like what the first match of Meneski when they showed up their new roster, TG was glorious on the Thresh.
Wow.
Definitely hitting every hooks, and having Zensho such an aggressive ADC does complement his aggressiveness as well, but then he can play other supports other than a Thresh, which is of course Braum, hence here as well the Tahm Kench. But aside from that, I did notice that Orgas Liga Pilipinas, they're gonna be closed for response here. Colette, he has the Ghost. He has the Devastating Charge. He has to use every single thing that he has in terms of mobility to actually catch off Meneski. Because you know why? They have the Shen. They have the Twisted Fate. They have the Tahm Kench. That's a triple dive setup already. Set up by Meneski. And this is what Meneski likes to do. And they have been battering at their opponents with this type of composition that I have seen previously. And War Gods Liga, they don't really have anything to counter that out if that happens. I mean, there's when you have the Thresh, but then is it really enough in the bottom lane when you're up against like a Lucian who only has a dash? Plus, then if you get caught by the taunt, the stun, and then the Devour of the Tahm Kench, will that be enough to save you, or will be the pick-off potential here of Meneski be too much to handle?
Yeah, I really think Meneski's comp is well thought in terms of like just putting all those globals into play and just making La Liga Pilipinas not make, like, even if they want to do something in the map, parang nakaka-counter agad yun ng Meneski. And looking at their comp, it feels like they might have to like wait for their spikes, like Hecarim, Triforce pa, aantayin niya, and Noel will do fairly well at the early stages of the game. He doesn't have to do anything. All he has to do is farm, stand by, wait for level 6. And pagdating naman ng level 6, that's where everybody else gets aggressive. And I think that's perfect because Zensho, considering the fact that he's playing on a Jhin, low mobility champion, he can just be saved. Or if Meneski wants to initiate something, boom, level 6, Twisted Fate. That's gonna be Destiny. And it's gonna be all 5 in like a 5v3 or 5v4 skirmish in bot lane or in dragon area, and they will have the numbers advantage, and that will definitely overwhelm them. With Nidalee also there, that means that they have sustain. So if ever they want to win the poke and sustain, they also have that for themselves. That's why I'm pretty much worried about La Liga Pilipinas. I mean, their comp works only if only they are able to initiate well, initiate properly, burst them down, and not let them use these ultimates. Kasi if ever nagamit na nila yung ang dami kasing backup na saves yung Mineski. That's why it's so scary for La Liga Pilipinas. They only have one shot for all these ultimates. I mean, that's Kulit's Onslaught of Shadows and Burn Subjugate, and then whereas like the box, like all these, and especially Haze as well with the Chemo Plague. So in terms of like sustained DPS and sustained like backup protectiveness over the carries, I have to put it to Mineski. It's all about execution here. La Liga Pilipina should think carefully about the ultimates that Mineski has so that they'll be able to execute it well.
Alright, so of course, end na tayo dyan sa ating pre-game analysis. Let's go into the Summoner's Rift, guys. For Game 1 in this best of 3 series between Smart Mineski and War Gods, La Liga Pilipinas. So let's transition that into the Summoner's Rift. So welcome, ladies and gents. Here's Game 1 for Smart Mineski versus War Gods, La Liga Pilipinas. So for on the blue side, we have Noel in the top lane. He'll be the Shen. Jungle, it's gonna be next on the Nidalee. Mid lane, we'll be having EXO. That's I don't know, Jejemon spelling for the Twisted Fate. And meron tayong Zensho for the Jin, and his support will be TG on the Tahm Kench.
Yes, sirree. And meanwhile, in La Liga Pilipinas, nandyan sila sa red side. In the top lane, we've got Burn with the Trundle. In the jungle, we've got Kulit in the Hecarim. In the mid lane, we've got Haze with the Vladimir. And for the AD carry bot lane, for the AD carry, we've got High on the Lucian. And for the support, we've got Wura on the Thresh support. Yes, sirree. You are watching the Mineski Pro Gaming League Season 8 League of Legends Rise from the Rest. And it's from, you can share it to your friends, twitch.tv/GG Network TV. And there you go. We can hear the sounds of the rift now. We can hear the sounds of the rift now. Shoutouts nga pala kay Adrian.
Yeah, na ngayon nasa Twitch chat natin ngayon. And of course, everyone there, guys, welcome. Good evening, and hope you sate your League of Legends action as we started off strong with this lineup of teams, Smart Mineski versus War Gods, La Liga Pilipinas. And after that, it's gonna be a tall task for Infuse Esports, because Cerberus now, unlike the previous time that Cerberus did play, will be having chalk. Wala kong like notification na wala ngayon yung true mid laner dito ng Cerberus. So Infused have been on a dry spell for the past couple of weeks. So we'll be seeing them try to mount a comeback, or if not, it's, again, like I've said, goodbye world. Hindi na hello world para sa mga nagpo-program.
Yeah, goodbye world.
Oh.
Yeah. So I would like to point out that we have discussed like how these players will work with these champions that they've picked. But in terms of like composition, for Mineski, they have a bunch of things that could actually initiate the fight. First off, they got Noel with the Flash Shadow Dash taunt to enable them to start a fight, plus the Twisted Fate Destiny gold card. That's actually their turn to make a pick. Meanwhile, for La Liga Pilipinas, they're only, I say only, oh wait, no, they have 2 ways to initiate the fight. That is Death Sentence of Thresh plus Kulit's Onslaught of Shadows, or super low.
And that's what I like about this composition as well. You think that Tahm Kench is only like the savior of disaster when Zensho goes in a bit too aggressive, but at the same time, he does have the threat of his Tongue Lash, plus then if he gets enough stacks on his Acquired Taste, like I said, you can devour your opponents when you have that, when you do have those stacks. So, and plus, Thresh isn't really the most aggressive champion, so to speak. I mean, his auto attacks aren't as threatening. Yes, he has the Flay passive, but at the same time, it's not really that huge of a deal. It would be most on his Death Sentence plus an aggressive ADC that could be High here, but at the same time, High has to be in range of his opponents to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
you're kind of in danger of, like, when you go in range again, being devoured by the Tom Kench, or being trapped in place with the deadly flourish of the Jin.
Exactly. So the relentless pursuit of High will most definitely be used for as a defensive.
For defensive purposes.
Yeah, for defensive purposes, until Coolit goes in to gank the bot lane. What are we doing? Are we in that mood again? Anyway, Clyde says, pabati po, Rikusai. Ganda ni Miss Rico, guwapo ni Sir Asoray. Wow, Rikusai.
Wow,
Akala ko
parang-
Rico Rai.
Hindi, I don't know. Wait, why is Rikusai? What's the Sai for?
Rek'Sai? Rek'Sai is not here.
Wait, I don't have a Sai though. It's Rai. So maybe he got like the S, then inad niya lang yung I.
Who's the S? I don't have an S either.
No, I have an S, but hindi siya kasama dun sa Rai. It's after the U.
Oh, right. Actually, that actually works. Okay, Rikusai.
So parang siyang Chico Sai.
Oh,
See
it's-
there? And Wura tried to actually go with the hook, but it didn't connect. So Warga Saliga immediately, not immediately rather, just go in and try to safely farm. Also, there's one point of like Harao, they're in the top lane next to, don't want to get caught off here, but he does force a flash away. Look at the damage coming in from Burn as well as Colette. He dodges over the wall. Colette does not have his flash of his own. And next to Sneaky and Cheeky dodge there or leap there.
Oh,
will
no.
try to save for himself from the top lane. One more on attack, and he goes down to Colette. No responder coming in from Noel though. I mean, Noel only had to do was walk a little bit down. He would
Yeah.
have saved his jungler.
That was so weird of Noel to actually not help his teammate. I mean, I would definitely be super aggressive knowing that Nidalee had double buffs. That was so juicy. I mean, if you had the chance to take the double buff away from your enemy jungler at this point of the game, I would definitely take it, especially if it's Haze and Kulit with the early burn of the Ghost. I mean, you guys have already committed. Okay, death sentence.
All right, and try to go in. Wura, oh, you can see the burn taking him down. The Ignite rather. Oh, Q of the Zen show. Will it actually kill Wura? Almost, but he is chugging on that potion to keep himself alive for the meantime.
Whoa! Hi! It's high noon. Oh my god.
And here in the jungle, oh, Nixta, your troubles have only just begun, my friend. Colette has been unleashed. He hops over the wall, but you can see there that losing that double buff, especially on an early game Nidalee, is putting the hurt up onto Mineski. And look at this, he flashes over. There's a good play, but Wura is gonna try to connect that sentence almost. But a sidestep from Zensho will save him for the late, just live for another day.
Not the best start from Mineski, really. I mean, losing double buffs, first of all, from next time, I would really, be really sad for
Yeah.
losing those double buffs. And then, na-acquire pa ng enemy jungler ni Kulit. So that would mean, most definitely, Kulit would have a great time just clearing the waves, having his victor over the enemy jungler. Plus, very aggressive by the bot lane there as well. TG did not see that coming. The flash plus the Q of High. So it was it's a not so good start for Mineski, really.
Really curious as to how he actually, had that mistake. Now Mineski looking to be a bit too aggressive and not responsive enough. I mean, even when they have, teammates right around the corner, not looking, like I said, not looking to be a very good start. But of course, once they reach their level 6, it might be a different answer here.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
They do have the initiation potential or the pickup potential that we are looking for. Though at the same time, if Wargas Illegal are able to get these 2 immediate kills and amount that 700 gold lead already, it could be, Mineski not having enough damage to actually kill them out. But this is actually pretty smart from War Gods.
Yeah.
They don't allow Mineski to actually
Exactly, and keeping Shen on a leash, not letting him do the teleport plays or delaying his level 6, just delays the strategy that Mineski has been planning first off. Plus, clap, clap, clap. That's a first blood turret for them, so additional gold for themselves. Give yourselves a pat on the back.
Yeah.
But let's see what reply Mineski, what response do they have against this? I mean, most of the time, if your enemy team takes something takes away something in the map, you would want to get a consolation prize. Maybe a kill, maybe a dragon, maybe a tower. But Mineski's comp is definitely not the best for sieging. The only way for this comp to be a sieging comp is when, this Twisted Fate gets a Lich Bane.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it. Jhin is not the best of the best ADCs for actually sieging towers. So they obviously lost that again for like that's the third instance here at the early phases of the game where La Liga Pilipinas got the best deal out of it. Not only getting the best deal out of it, but getting the only return. Mineski did not get anything out of the first 8 minutes of the game, more or less.
Yeah, to answer your question, Ryzen, it's War Gods Liga Pilipinas. And the other question, where is EXO? He is actually this guy, Ness for XE. It's a little bit jeje, but yeah, EXO is that
There's
guy.
probably a meaning behind that.
I don't know. Maybe it's
Ness. Menes for X.
yeah. It doesn't really make
Yeah,
any
I'm
sense.
trying to make sense. I'm trying to make the name of answering JJ is the judges thing ever. Anyway, first dragon of the game will be the water dragon. So not not super duper impactful.
Like you were gonna say super duper. You were like, not very, very, but
Not super duper.
important.
Hey, they still mean the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But then, Hayes.
Just taking quite a bit of a beating, but here in the mid lane, might get catch on to Axel, forced to flash out of him, tries to go back onto Nixta, but he's taking quite a bit of damage here. But here comes Noel with the Stand United. Colette trying to run away. There's the lead from the Nixta, and he will get himself a double buff to get that kill. Oh no, look at this. It's a little bit of a misplay here coming in from War Gods as Wura gets taken down at the same time. A collateral damage as he tried to save his teammate, trying to be a distraction, but took too many cards. Like, he couldn't gamble with it. So War Gods lost a little bit from that one and could be possibly this mid lane turret.
Classic Mineski. People have been saying for the past few seasons that, you know what, Mineski, early game, not so good, but then after a while, once they reach like their teamwork, like when they all join forces, when the laning phase sorta ends, when they can actually be together at some point,
Oh.
ayan na, it's gonna be super explosive, and then the enemy team is gonna be caught off guard. But then again, it's not much of a big lead with a 0-2 anyway, so I guess they weren't prepared. I mean, Kulit should have anticipated that flash from EXO.
Oh, but in the bottom lane, Zensha is a little bit outnumbered here. He flashes in, flashes away, and here comes Noel. Deadly First not connecting, but in the bottom lane, it's gonna be a different tactic here as Noel actually flayed into the arms of Haido, but he was put a little bit out of position. Now we do see that he is taunted. Noel slapping away at him, and where is EXO? EXO looking to get the kill, gets it onto Wura, but as well as onto Hai, and that's Mineski already getting those 2 extra kills against War Gods Liga, even after like a couple seconds or even a minute when they got the first dragon of the game, and looking to get as well this bot tier 1. So this is what we were fearing from the Mineski roster. It's their snap of a finger and it's all kills all day long.
Yeah, they have the ability to be able to respond, and they have the ability to actually outplay or catch them off guard, which is La Liga Pilipinas should work around with their cooldowns. Like, if wala ng Destiny, sa cast pa lang sila, wala ng Flash. Because it's gonna be difficult if you lose those important initiate skills, initiate or engage ultimates for yourselves, or else you wouldn't be able to start a fight, because a lot of them are able to save most of the carries as because of like Noel, because of TG with the Tam Kench plus the Shen. That's why it's super difficult for La Liga Pilipinas at this point with the level 6 kicking in already.
Yeah. For those who are asking where is James, even I am not 100% certain on that. But looking at how Mineski are playing right now, with and without James, it would just be like it would be like common sense, wherein like Mineski are doing pretty well in terms of synergy, in terms of how they play against other teams. When they acquired Nixta and then put Noel in the top lane, put TG in the support role. So maybe adding James is not what Mineski has in mind. So right now he's not in the game.
Yeah, most
PG
likely.
though getting caught with the death sentence there is very low, but he does have that extra shield to keep himself alive. And Wargods Salika looking to actually go for an engage here, but not gonna be that 100% successful though, as they do take quite a beating from the AoE damage here coming out of Mineski. The cards, the bullets all day long just being chugged out by EXO as well as Zensho, and they are actually working this mid-tier 2. Look at that mid-tier 2 sweating, getting worked on.
Yeah, all they have to do is just wait for the Twisted Fate to load his blue cards or something to just smash through the turrets. And they have really good zoning control. They really have good sustain plus poke. That's why they're having a difficult time in terms of, countering this siege or poke that Mineski has. And what do you call this? Wala rin silang reliable wave clear yung La Liga Pilipina, so that's why they're having a hard time dealing with Mineski with the poke and the siege. And they have so much map control right now. Plus, and the thing is, Noel can just go back there and push that top lane. And then Trundle is forced to go back. Well, he does have teleport, but I don't see them fighting anytime soon because there are no objectives in the map to actually take. But Mineski is doing really, really good in terms of, zoning the enemy away, having so much map control. Synergy is there. They are moving as a unit. They are moving as a team. Meanwhile, Nixta, though, I haven't seen him. Mineski isn't doing so. Is doing so well, but I haven't seen Nixta together just yet, right?
That's true. Though at the same time, it's Wargods Liga not having the shorter end of the stick, so to speak, because Mineski here, they're not, like you said, at the peak of their game at this point.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when they go for engages like this, it's easy for them, and Wargods Liga cannot react in time just because, well, they don't have the respawn tools to do so. They only have Burn with his teleport. The other way that Wargods Liga can actually possibly respond is that if the teammate that was caught upon lived long enough that they can rotate, or if they have enough wards to actually spot out these long-range engagements. For example, if you can spot out the Destiny from very far away, or the Abyssal Voice, or even the Stand United, those are already like signals for Wargods. So, okay, we have to go to the top lane, or at least, like you said in the previous thing for like Mineski, what happened in the top lane, when they got caught by Wargods, was to find other forms of objectives to get. But here is gonna be another engage. Oh, here's EXO, gets the stun onto Haze. Haze taking quite a bit of damage, and Noel almost hitting the taunt, but Haze, nicely timed flash over there. Here comes the Awesome Shadows to go in for the re-engage, and look at the damage there onto TG, forcing the flash out of EXO as well as the Ghost. And Wargods Liga, strength in numbers is the name of the game for them, and it looks like they're going to try to get this mid-tier 1 as Wura takes a little bit of damage there from the card, though he has his potions to keep himself a little bit healthier. Though that was a good engage coming out from the hands of Wargods Liga.
Well, if Jin were there, if Zensho was there, I believe it would have been a different story. I feel like La Liga Pilipinas would have lost that one. But that was a good call to actually fight that, despite Mineski was the one who initiated the fight. And they want more. Obviously, EXO wants that. Ooh.
Oh, if EXO got caught by the Ice Pillar, I was actually about to say that. But that is why you have the Tahm Kench. You have, of course, the Devour. You can't keep your teammates safe. And that is what TG is there and was able to do.
Now, at least they managed to get a turret out of that, managed to get a few kills. I believe they have eliminated TG. But then Dragon is now live. That's going to be super important for them, for both of these teams. Colette might get caught out. That's a Destiny being
being used indeed, and he has no onslaught of the shadows. The Shadow Moses is not connected for him, though he actually forces TG to eat EXO. And now look at this, they re-engage here coming in from Wargods Liga to have enough damage to actually do it, though. There's a Death Sentence not connecting almost by an inch, but it looks like Wargods Liga are here to fight as the Dragon has already spawned, but EXO is very low on HP, and I don't think this is a fight Mineski are going to look for unless they just allow EXO to like push out with a lot of cards, but no, he's going to come in from the base, so this is going to be a 4v5 situation here. But will they actually commit? There's the curtain call coming out of Zensho. And wait. We're having a call, guys.
Hello.
Oh, look at that though. Noel going in has a two-man taunt. They have the ignite onto Wura there. TG taking Shen onto his own belly, and where is Axel coming from the sidelines? He's trying to look for
my
re-engage.
God.
Oh, look at this. They are on the retreat.
Oh.
Nice blocks. There's the Deadly Furge, and that is a 3-4-2 exchange, or 3-for-nothing exchange, gonna be in favor of Mineski. And look at this as well. They're gonna get the dragon as well as this mid tier 2. Nobody from the side of War Gods trying to contest this one. And hasta la vista, baby.
You can tell how hesitant they were. They did not know what to do there. Were they going to commit to the dragon? Were they going to start the fight? Are we just going to back off and let Mineski tank the dragon? The mistake there was La Liga Pilipinas just soaked all of the Earth Elemental Dragon's damage. The thing is, the Earth Elemental Dragon is one of the tankiest dragons they have in the game. So, parang trying to chunk it down, plus soaking the damage, plus trying to go back and forth and try to juggle the aggro of the dragon with other members is just painful to watch. Mineski took advantage of this, stayed just nearby despite EXO being super low. They had the position. Really nice taunt by Noel there to actually catch the front line of La Liga Pilipinas. And then it was just all for Mineski, that fight. 3-0. They even got an Elemental Dragon, which will definitely help the Jin plus, Nidalee pa pala, and the Twisted Fate. So it's actually a different approach to sieging in terms of using these AP champions to siege instead of the AD champions that you have. So this is a different approach. I like it. It's with sustain, it has poke, it has heal, you have mana sustain, plus you get to zone members away from your turret.
Oh wow, EXO going a bit aggressive. Look at that. One more hit might get the kill onto Hi. Gonna survive, but he's not gonna feel any good from that one, as EXO super ballsy using the map hack of the Destiny to actually catch off only Hi. And with that, look at this. Mineski from the other side of the map getting themselves a Rift Herald, might be given onto the hands of Noel. And you're definitely right onto this one. The mixture of using an AP champion like Twisted Fate for Mineski pushing towers is very smart. And of course we know that having a Lich Bane as well with the picker card, this put a lot of damage on towers, and this is what makes Twisted Fate a solid ganker as well as split pusher.
Yeah, and the only people that I could see that could interrupt them, well, there are a lot that could interrupt Twisted Fate's teleport naman Destiny, which is Wura, Kulit's Onslaught of Shadows, plus the knockup, plus Burns, Pillar of Ice. So anyway, wanna shout outs to people there. There's Ryzen, Adrian, naku po, nagkatawagan na.
Medyo nagsiselos ako kasi may tumatawa. Kasi gamit namin ngayon is yung account basta ni Ricky para mag-spectates, biglang may tumatawag.
Sinong Ricky?
Ay, sorry. Hindi ko kilala. Ano yun yung...
Hindi ko kilala si Ricky eh.
Oh, hindi kasi, hindi Tagalol yun. Sorry. Si Rico pala.
Si Rico, ayun. Ay, si Rico kilala ko yun. Uy, nako. Next, trying to get the Grump.
Nixta has enough balls to actually do that, because you know what? Mineski are standing on a almost a 6,000 gold lead. And look at that. He's a one-man army. Grabe, mag-isa lang siya dun for like a couple of seconds. And War Gods Liga are so like, we can't do this. We're totally scared of, totally Mineski. So we're just totally gonna back away.
Totally. You said totally thrice.
Totally.
It's totally.
Oh, here in the top lane though, it's the battering of top laners, as Burn is actually, well, so to speak, being burnt out in the top lane by his opponent Noel. Noel really shining up in this top lane role when he was positioned there before he was the support of Mineski. Now he's transitioned to the top side, and it looks like Mineski having the correct decision with this one. And look at that, especially with the Glimpse of the Void, putting a lot of damage onto Burn when he gets that 100 stacks onto the RH.
There's the Subjugate. I'm pretty sure Trundle was forced to use that one, or else he'll be choked down to pieces. But Noel, with the sustain that he needs, I'm pretty sure Trundle is gonna have a hard time, especially just as he said with the Rift Herald buff. Noel is comfortable to stay in the top lane with the Sunfire Cape and everything else. with all the taunt and everything. Look at that. Burn. Oh,
And here in the bottom lane, there's the safety that TG provides for Mineski's roster. Exo looking to actually connect a gold card. Will he do so? Yes, he does. On to Hayes, also hitting high with the wild card. And in the top lane, you can see here that Burn, after he activated his Subjugate, cannot make Noel bow down any longer. And Noel is winning out the trade. Burn really out of mana here, as well as HP, so he has to go back into his own base. The only maybe upside here for Wargas Liga is even though they get chunked out, it's already past 20-minute mark. They have the home guard boots to get back into their tier 2s or tier 3s and keep this game prolonged as long as possible. But at the same time, do they have the composition to actually break to actually break Mineski come late game? I don't think they do.
I don't think they can.
Yeah, and wait, before that, Ryzen, I have done the commentary. I can't say the name of the game, but yes, I have done that. It was an epic fail, pero I tried and...
wow, epic fail talaga.
yeah, it was
It's
an epic fail.
alright naman.
Hate is gonna hate.
Hate.
But here in the bottom lane, it's high. Getting caught out by Axelson. Going in. Can he hit the gold card? Yes, he does. Doesn't get a kill though, but here comes the Stand United. And it'll force out Hayes. But in the bottom lane, actually, look at this. It's gonna be Burn teleporting in. No, he's gonna cancel it as he didn't have the numbers with him. And that'll be Wargas Liga almost trying to get a catch on, but Mineski staving their hand off a little bit as it looked like they were going to go a bit too aggressive, but this is what a veteran team can do. Not overcommit, not give your opponent, that extra advantage or the extra comeback that they are looking for.
Yeah, look at that. Really, really nice form coming in from Mineski. 7k gold lead right now, sitting at a very comfortable spot. They have control over the map. They can practically take anything they want. Red buff, blue buffs from the enemy side, their own side, without having to worry that Liga Pilipinas will do something scary. La Liga Pilipinas, all they can do right now is play the defensive game. I'm not sure about spikes because in terms of spikes, I definitely have to put it to Mineski, like late game Mineski, and with that Jhin plus the Twisted Fate, because
Oh, Exo, look at that. He flashes over the wall, and here comes Teleport coming out of Noel, but Abyssal Voyage as well, just to choke out War Gods where they came from. They're trying to go back. Oh no, he's gonna deliver Burn to the curtain call. It goes down to Nixta's Pounce, and there you go. They open up the possibility of the Baron take here as the front man, and the zoner, Gura and Burn are gone for the count. Does War Gods even have vision for this Baron? Nope. And it's going to be Mineski taking this down for themselves. The first Baron of the game, 24 minutes in. And they look to get more advantages and a 9,000 gold lead against War Gods, the Liga Pilipinas.
Wow. If I were to think for like what kind of improvements that does the Liga Pilipinas have to do in terms of beating Mineski, aside from... Okay, hold that thought.
But here in the bottom lane, Hai will be caught out. Oh, sorry. Here in the bottom lane, Hai is going to get caught out. And this is just a 3-man stack. Make it a 4-man stack. He's going to go in up to Zensho. And Zensho, one more auto attack. Gets scumbagged by TG with a Tum Lash. And TG...
What's with the accent?
They're High Noon. Sorry. It was supposed to be like...
High Noon?
Yeah.
Skins?
Yeah, High Noon skins. I was actually speaking... Asian.
High Noon?
Asian, but then I thought, oh, it was
Cowboy
like cowboy,
accent.
so I have to go cowboy. Yeah.
Oh, okay, right. You're going the Yasuo accent.
Yes, actually.
Yasuo accent.
Yasuo accent. Yeah.
Air quotes Yasuo.
So, Bap Gaming, what is up?
Bap Gaming, please. Don't let me go.
I thought it was a Bap. Just wanna be full for
Mas
you.
malapit yung Bap Gaming.
No, mine's cooler. Alright, here in the bottom lane, it's gonna be a... Looks like to be engaged by Mineski here, but they're just forcing out every single thing that War Gods do have. Next a bit too deep into the fight, and he will be saved by Noel. Stand United there. So Mineski, even if they're a little bit too balls deep, do have the safety again from TG, as well as safety from Noel. So this is like the double whammy in terms of like, well, safety standards for Mineski. And now with the power of the Baron, takes out the bot tier 3 and the inhibitor. And look at this, War Gods, they're just bending to the will of Mineski. Nice hook onto Nexta. There's the Hemo Plague. Access a little bit too caught out there, but not enough damage coming out of Hayes. Hayes does refresh his HP bar there with the ultimate, but not enough as Mineski are able to actually get themselves an inhibitor without any loss of teammates. Although from the other side, Burn has been taken down and Mineski are going to exit that one. Next dragon to actually spawn is going to be another Ocean Drake. So, well, in this part of the game already, Mineski definitely going to benefit on this one because they don't have to like go back over and over again when they try to go in and then try to go out, take some damage from turrets, take some damage from War Gods, and yeah.
And for me, I'm kind of still puzzled. La Liga Pilipinas premiered already like at the PGS and MPGL already last leg, right? Correct? And I still haven't figured out what kind of team they are. Like, it's so it seems like for this comp, I'm very confused on what they're trying to accomplish. It's more like, I'm gonna pick this because it counters this, and it counters this, and it counters that. But in terms of assembling it into one whole comp, I feel like it doesn't fit. Normally, if you get a Thresh, you would normally want it to visit the mid lane with Kulit to get your mid laner snowballing. But with a Vladimir, that's not what you want to snowball, really. Like, maybe an Ahri, maybe a Twisted Fate Din, maybe something else, a different type of AP champion. So,
oh! You saw that? The tower was like half an HP and it got blown up.
Yeah, because most likely that's the AP, the Lich Bane, most likely of EXO.
And speaking of blown up, Colette gone in the blink of an eye, and here Burn in the top lane is, well, gonna get decimated. And now we see, oh, the flash onto high, adding insult to injury, gets caught. I mean, well, Lucian's supposed to be the, you know, the itchy footwork ADC, but no footwork there whatsoever. Wura trying to do the best he can to actually survive to prolong this game. But you know what? This game was already over when you gave too many advantages. When you got that 9,000 gold lead to Mineski. Mineski will throttle you, choke your neck, and just come out on top. And Nexus turret taken down, and it's only the Nexus exposed. And because it is exposed, it's gonna get taken down here. And ladies and gentlemen, it's gonna be Mineski 1-0 against War Gods Liga Pilipinas. 29 minutes into the game, and that was a pretty quick one, even though